welcome to Quirky Books with Katie. Today I'm going to be doing the completed series tag. What this tag is you basically say all the series that you've completed in your lifetime. Now I'm not going to talk about all of the series that I've read because this video would be like half an hour. So I'm just going to talk about most of the series that I've read that I actually own. And I apologize in advance for my voice. I've been sick for like the past week and I just need to put a video up. So the first few books that I'm going to talk about are the ones that I read when I was in like middle school, so they'll be more like middle grade books. So let's get started. First is the Clique series by Lisi Harrison. This series has like so many books. I think it's about like 10 or 12. And this series it's a cute like fluffy read for like middle schoolers. It's about these girls that are the clique and they're the mean girls of their school and they're the ones that kind of rule the school. And I guess I liked this series when I read it. I remember me and my friends, we'd kind of fangirl whenever the most recent book came out. Haha, some things never change. Next is The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Stewart. Another series that I really liked, actually. This book is a signed copy that I got from my library, but this series is about a bunch of kids that have these special abilities and they're recruited by this guy named Mr. Benedict to kind of help save the world. So to say, another series, fangirled over with my friends. I remember we had to read the series for school the one time, and I was freaking out because I really liked it. This is probably still one of my all-time favorite series. I should reread this soon. But this is a huge book, and I have so many books on my TBR, so we will see. Next is the Sisters Grimm series by Buckley. These are kind of fairy tale retellings in a way. They're retellings of all of the Grimm fairy tales, and it's about these girls, Daphne and Sabrina, who are the descendants of the Grimms, and their job is to kind of kick butt and solve crime. Next is the Nancy Drew series by Carolyn Keene. Funny story about these books. Actually, when I think I was about 10, I went to a used book sale and I got almost all of these books. I think I'm missing 3 or 4 out of like the 60 some. Yeah, and these are even the old copies from like the 70s, but I really liked these when I was younger, just kind of mystery stories. Then, I mean, they've been around for like 50 years, so I mean, they must be good. Now we are going to be getting into some of the more recent stuff. The Red Pyramid by Riordan. Everyone knows Rick Riordan for the Percy Jackson series, but this is his other series about Egyptian mythology. It is a trilogy. I like these, but I didn't love them. I mean, I felt bad because I kept just comparing these to Percy Jackson. In my opinion, nothing lives up to Percy Jackson. Can't do Rick Riordan without talking about Percy Jackson series. This was probably my first, like, favorite series. I loved this series so much. I reread each of these books so many times, and this book, even, like, the binding is falling apart. I've read it so many times. It's just, I recommend this series to anybody. It doesn't matter that it's middle grade. It's for anybody. Just, if you read the book, do not see the movie. Do not torture yourself by seeing the movie. That's a completely different story. So next is the Eyes Like Stars series by Lisa Mantchev. I'm not sure if that's actually what these series is called, but it's about this girl who kind of lives on a stage, and the whole world is a stage, you know, from the Shakespeare quote. And this is an interesting series. It's really a high fantasy, and it's unique. It's like nothing I've ever read before. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Speaking of middle school, next is the Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. I remember I was pretty late to get onto the Twilight bandwagon. I think I was in like 6th grade, but I started reading the books. I think I read the first one before the movie came out, and I think the rest I didn't read till after the movie. Shame on me, I'd never do that now. I liked this series when I read it. I think I did, or that might just be because all my friends were fangirling about it, but now I kind of just look back and go, oh self, why? Now, I don't have a problem with people that like Twilight. I'm just not the biggest fan. I went and saw the last movie recently, and I just laughed the whole time. But hey, it's part of my life. I like this book at some point in time, even though I don't know why. Speaking of popular series, the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins. Another funny story. I'm sorry, I'm just telling random stories about these series, but I read this series 2 or 3 years ago, I think, like way before it got like really popular, and I would tell people to read it, like, oh my gosh, guys, the series is really good, and people are like, oh, what's it about? And I'm just like, oh, it's about these people that go into this game where they kill each other. And everyone's like, oh, no, that's way too gory for me. And now everyone loves it. Well, who was right? As always. No, not really. But I'm not really as obsessed with this series as everyone else. The first book is amazing, I'll admit that, but Catching Fire and Mockingjay, not. I don't like them that much. Next is the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series by Anne Brashares. I actually saw the first movie before I decided to read the series. And I enjoyed these series. It's a nice, fluffy read during the summer. I've reread the series a bunch of different times whenever I get really bored over the summer and have nothing better to do. The next couple series are gonna be series that I actually completed recently. First is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. I actually finished this series a month or two ago, and I really liked it. There's certain books that I like better than others. My favorites are the second book, the fifth book, and the sixth book. And I've kind of been like collecting these because I found them all at used book sales for like really cheap prices. Yesterday, I got a copy of Spiritbound, hardcover, brand new, for $2. I mean, that's just insane. Really like this series. Do not bash it just because, like, oh, it's vampires, it's like Twilight. This is nothing like Twilight. Rose Hathaway is the complete opposite of Bella Cullen. So, if you want to try some vampire literature that isn't completely overhyped and really bad, try this. Next is the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. This is a prequel to the Mortal Instruments series, which is, like, really popular. And this series is just as good, if not even better than the Mortal Instruments. I know a ton of people that like this more than the Mortal Instruments. The writing is just so good, and the setting is amazing, and everything about this series is just amazing, and Clockwork Princess just blew my mind. I'm putting that out there for everyone. I don't know. Comment below if you read Clockwork Princess, because this just blew my mind. And good news, people, fans of the series, they're actually in talks right now to make this series into a movie. I'm so excited. I think this will make an awesome movie. Next is one of my all-time favorite series, the Starcrossed series by Josephine Angelini. This is like mythology retelling series. It's so good, except the last book was really disappointing. So, just go read the first and second and just don't get mad at the third one because, I mean, it was bad. But this series is so amazing. I love it so much. And last but not least, we are going to talk about my favorite series of all time at the moment, which is the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver. Oh my god, I could probably just sit here telling you how much I love this book for like 10 minutes, but if you want to see that, I'll post a review down below. I love this book so much. Multiple reasons. The story is amazing, I love dystopians, and the writing is just gorgeous. This writing can bring me to tears anytime. Lauren Oliver is just so talented, and I love the series. I know a lot of people that didn't like the last book, Requiem, but I really liked it. So don't judge other people's opinions. Just read it before you come up with your own opinion. As I said before, these aren't all the series that I've read in my life because even when I was younger, I would read like really fast. So I'm not going to mention all of them. If you want to know some of the series that I read as a kid and that stuff, just ask me to comment below. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you again soon.